Hello, everybody. This is Catherine Dager, and I'm here around this time every Tuesday and Thursday to share some great tips with you. Well, today is a great topic that I haven't told anybody about this for a very long time because motivation is something I think we assume we know how to do, but wouldn't it be great to have 3 new ways to motivate your team that really work? In fact, so many times I've seen people that are business leaders, they're trying to be the cheerleader. They're trying to get everybody excited and put some energy in, and it actually turns the team off. The team feels manipulated. The team feels like, in some way you're sneaking around trying to get them to do stuff just for your own goals. So this is going to be really great. And honestly, it's costing you to not know these 3 tips. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Dawn. I love having you on here. It's so great. So here's one of the things that I've noticed about motivation. And I just want to say, imagine what it would be like if everyone on your team was highly motivated to generate results for their own reasons. Wouldn't that be great? And wouldn't it be, imagine having your whole team lined up behind you, and they're also inspired by the vision and goals that you all share. So this is really what we want, and we don't want to do all the heavy lifting. And what it's costing to not know this is that very often the owner is the one, or the business leader is the one who's putting in all the hours and doing all the work. And we really want everybody to get engaged. Hi, Mark. How are you doing tonight? So why I'm doing and sharing this information is I've owned a company called Profitivity for 32 years, and I am passionate about creating workplaces where people can't wait to go to work every single day. In fact, I hear people grumbling about work and they hate it. In fact, my daughter even texted me today saying she's going to go for a job interview because the place she's worked for 6 years has just worn down her soul. And I watch people driving to work in the morning. They're just not even, it looks like they have their handbrake on. They don't want to go where they're going. So I have taken it upon myself, and now I have this fabulous business partner, and we've created a business called Business Solutions, where we bring the soul power to businesses worldwide. And for the last 32 years, I've been working with hundreds of organizations and really building a common goal, building visions, and then creating training on all levels so everyone is aligned and they're connected to the mission of the company. And they help to create the mission of the company. So that is, hi, Janet. Great to see you on here. So we are really here, and I'm here today to share some of the things that I've really seen work. And also, I'm going to be inviting you to take a leadership skill assessment at the end of this, too. And you may be, if you were interested, having an appointment with me. So I would love that. Find out what I can do to support you in your dreams, goals, and wishes. So the last thing that I want to share is these 3 tips, I'm just not kidding, can really make a big cha-ching in your business. So I really want you to really consider motivating your team, and I would say it this way, from the inside out, not you coming at them. So here's tip number 1. I got news for you. You can't motivate anyone. Have you tried? Doesn't work. Here's the thing, as a psychologist, I know people are already motivated. If they're breathing, they're motivated. So you can't actually motivate them. What you can do as a leader is find out how they're being motivated. And the root word for motivation is motive. So what's their reason for getting out of bed every morning? What is it that floats their boat? What do they get excited about? So this is what I'm here to share, and that is, if people aren't motivated in the way that you want them to be, you might be having the wrong person there. Let me ask you this. Can you make an unwilling person willing? Have you tried? If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So, and I heard this saying years ago, a man convinced against his will is of his same opinion still. So here's it, we dig our heels in if someone's trying to motivate us. So instead of pushing to get people energized, what we want to do is draw out the motive within them. Now, I read this book years ago, and I just love this, the way to look at motivation in three very simple areas, three ways. John Powell wrote this book, and he said there are three primary motivations. One is power or influence, where a person gets up in the morning and they aren't even out of bed and their brain is halfway through the day. They don't think of food. They're just into the results. And that's what they're doing, chug, 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 chug. It's so funny because even my fiance goes, "You've got your hard hat on." My daughter says, "When you're not working, you're working." So I think I'm one of those people who really want to have that influence. And one of the things I notice about people, you can tell that they're really focused on results because they forget to eat. They forget to breathe. They're just moving and going and really focused. So that is motive number one. The second primary motivation is pleasure, where people love to feel good. And pleasure, people that are very oriented toward pleasure are really a good risk and to be on a team because they work to play. So they'll put in a good day's work, but they're going to leave at 5 or whenever they're off. And you know those people, they're out the door because the rest of their life is about them. What I notice about people who are motivated by pleasure is they like to talk about food and their physical body. They're the ones who like to work out, and it's like they put their slippers really close to the bed so their feet don't get cold. So they're very focused on having those sensual delights. And again, they're really a good risk for hiring because these people work in order to play. The third primary motivation may blow your mind. It feels like it's going the opposite direction, and that is the avoidance of responsibility is a primary motivation. Just let that sink in. Avoiding responsibility is a motivation, and you know these people. They blame. They come up with a good reason or excuse why they couldn't get something done when they said they'd have it done by a certain time. Or there's always a story, always a drama, and it's, of course, not their fault. It's everybody else. This is an avoidance of responsibilities, what I term immaturity. And also, it's very difficult to trust people who are avoiding responsibility. I do know some companies where the president or the owner rose to the top by blaming everybody else, and they just don't get over it. So this is the thing. Power, pleasure, or avoidance of responsibility. Look around. Who do you want to support your goals? I'd say the first two. And if you've got people avoiding responsibility, let's talk about firing them and bringing other people on. And I'll show you how to do that too. Okay, I promise. I got the whole bag covered. Of course, it's really important when people are unwilling to identify them and to say and realize they're not having fun either. It's not serving them to be in a place where they are not nurtured, or where they're not interested, their heart's not in it. And that becomes a rotten apple syndrome for everyone else. So here's the thing. You want to identify people that are focused on results, people that are focused on pleasure, and then eliminate people that are avoiding responsibility. And take a look at your own motivation too. It's fantastic to know how you're motivated. So the second one is people love to be right. Have you noticed? Like, let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how much do you like being right? I can hear you. 10, right? And here's the thing. If 10 is the highest, who in the world doesn't love being right? And what we're being right about is our point of view, the way we look at life, the way we filter experiences. So here's the thing for a business owner or leader, don't make people wrong. Take their point of view into consideration. If they're resisting something, they might see something in a different way that you can't see. So this could be valuable feedback. And when you make people wrong, they start to go against you, and then they sometimes will do a them versus us, and they'll start gossiping. have you recognized that? And then you can have the whole team breaking trust, and it's just a disaster. I've seen companies go out of business from gossip alone, literally. So here's the thing. Find out if people, what their thoughts are about doing projects, what their thoughts are about systems. Run it by them. And it won't hurt you. It'll just take a few minutes to hear their point of view. But validate that they have a point of view. And of course, they can't think like you. It's impossible. So the opportunity you have is to continue to collect points of view and to really honestly hear out your employees, because they want to be heard. And that is a wonderful, powerful way of motivating people. And let me say it this way too. Slow down. Face the person. Listen to what they have to say instead of drive-by communications. Face them. Give them a few moments. It's not going to take an hour. Listen to their point of view. Say, thank you so much for sharing it. I'll take it into consideration. And that's good enough. It's perfect. So the opportunity you have is to not make people wrong. And I'm going to tell you this way too. Our communication, when we communicate with each other, 85 to 90% of that communication is nonverbal. So you may not say right, wrong, good, or bad, but your face is saying it. So if you roll your eyes or if you are impatient, they're reading your nonverbal communication. In fact, I even have a client in retail that there's a young lady that was learning how to build a display, and she spent a lot of time attempting to put this display together. And then she had a day off, and she came back the day after that, and someone had changed the display completely. And so she felt, oh, I did it wrong. So there are little teeny ways that we pick up that maybe we didn't do it well. Now I'm going to say something really important, because we take this for granted. Nobody that works with you or for you wants to do things wrong. They want to be successful. I promise. They didn't sit around thinking, well, how can I make Catherine just miserable today? No, they are totally wanting, and they think they're doing it the right way, which of course is not your way. It's their way. Here's my cat, Felix. 16 years old, 16 years of trouble. He's hilarious. And he loves it when I do these. So you may see him again. I have a good golly Miss Molly, and she hides all the time, so you won't see her. So don't make your employees wrong. And if you notice there's somebody shutting down, look, evaluate. What did you do? What did your face do to make them back off? And the third tip, huge, create goals as a team. It's so important that you don't have everybody working for your values. They have their own. So what I would do, and what I do with all of my clients, is I start off with their dreams, goals, and wishes. And I just erase the boundary between work and life, and I make sure everybody is talking about what's important to them. And honestly, hi, Kim. Mwah. So honestly, when people know that what your goals are and you know what theirs are, and you hear, people that want their children to graduate from college, or they want to move, and they want to bring in they want a love relationship in their life, or they want better health or more time off with their family. When you hear people's goals, it's not so that you can talk about them, it's just so you are all aligned. And you want goals for the company where everybody brings their heart to work. So dreams, goals, and wishes is a very valuable activity, and I use a flip chart with colored pens that smell good, and we basically stand there and fill out 7 pages or more of dreams, goals, and wishes from the collective, from everyone. And I'll tell you what, at the end of that, people always find out, and they almost see a theme of this is what we want to do. This is how we want to move forward. You can ask the team, what would we like our customers to be saying? What would we like our results? What would we like as far as positioning in our market? Apart from our competition. So can you see that if you're not applying these principles and really looking at how are people motivated, they love being right, let them be right about their point of view. So I'm just going to say this too. one of the things that I found so valuable is to let the dreams, goals, and wishes tell you and tell the group, hey, maybe there's some projects here, some possibilities we haven't done yet. Who'd like to take this one on? And invite them to take ownership of one of those wonderful ideas. And then you're going to blow them away. Offer them resources. What kind of time will that take? What can I do? Maybe I know some vendors. Maybe I have some beautiful relationships with restaurants. Maybe we can come up with something that's really juicy and fun to have everybody do. So when you find your employees are coming up and innovating and collaborating with you, woohoo! It doesn't get much better than that. And to come to consensus, I'll talk about that next week. You need to be a leader, and have decisions, because you can't just give it all to them. No, but you'll take their ideas into consideration. And also, I just want to say that reinforcing the dreams, goals, and wishes becomes another big piece of the pie, because we want to have that done on a daily basis, not just one. I mean, have you ever been to a place that has a mission statement on the wall and no one's acting like it? You're kind of going, well, that thing's flat as a pancake. There's no energy there. So we want to have these dreams, goals, and wishes. And many of my clients I give intention kits to every year so that they can come up with new ones and really have it be exciting and fun. So I would love for you to share this. Oh, also, have you noticed that what I'm talking about works at home as well? It does. So that's always going to be the case. I find that bringing life skills into the workplace is just spectacular, because then people who didn't necessarily grow up around a dinner table, they're going to get these wonderful ideas and take them home and share them with their family. And I get feedback on that all of the time. It's so fulfilling. So I feel like when we bring really great positivity, bring our heart to work, we take that home with us as well, instead of that negativity dragging around back and forth. So this, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing this Tuesdays and Thursdays until forever, because I have so much information I want to share. And also, I'm going to invite you right now to take a little assessment. It takes about 5 minutes, and it's a leadership skill assessment. And the leadership skill assessment is honestly www.leadershipassessment.com, leadershipskillassessment.com. Boom, there you got it. And you'll see some opportunities you may have to work better with your team or to work on some of your skills. The other thing is that for the first 10 people that fill out that assessment, and who want this, I will have a personal session with you so that we can determine your dreams, goals, and wishes. And that can be maybe the catalyst of you doing some wonderful things this year for yourself. So I really invite you to do the leadershipskillassessment.com, and I'll put that in the comment box. And also, if there are any topics that you would like to have me cover and share with you, please, make comments. And biggest thing, please, this is a movement. Wouldn't it be great if everybody every single day loved their job, loved their work environment, loved the people and the relationships they have at work? Wouldn't it be great? That's what I'm all about. And we are going to dig this all over the world. And now, having this wonderful technology available, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be able to share this with people all over the world. So right now, send this video to anybody that you know that has a business or is a manager or a leader that gets frustrated, that calls you up and goes, I just hate my job. I don't want to do it anymore. So please, please, please share this. And I'd appreciate it so much. And support my cause. This is a big one, I know. But you know what? Company by company, I've been doing this for a long time. And this is, again, a great way to reach more people and make this a better place to live and a better planet and the work life that really is satisfying and rewarding. So take care, have a great weekend, and I'll see you Tuesday.